Here we go. All ones.
The short version is that Louis Pasteur, also known as Jacob Prester, was trying to cure the vampire virus, which he thought he had isolated. He was convinced that he had successfully reverted a sample of his own blood, but the process created a byproduct that was lethally toxic, so he kept trying. On a second attempt, there was still a residue from the antibody, but it seemed benign, so he wanted to commence a human trial and had set aside some resources to compensate his subjects. And then the journal abruptly ends.
Is this the journal in French?
And so also Tony had told us all about the masquerade and all about the politics.
Yes, the BS rules that vampires have come up with to keep themselves from just running rampant over the countryside.
So I assume we're waking up the next day.
More to the point, the next night. But yes, everybody wakes up and burns a blood point. Hey, for burning blood points.
Yay! I might be a little quiet as I fix my character sheet. Like I said, I lost it during the computer crash.
All good.
So I drank a little too much drug-infused blood, so my character's a little sluggish right now. I'll let you guys, or let the GM open the scene if you're ready.
All right. Anybody who let me know if you didn't take the opportunity to get fully tanked up on blood last night. Otherwise, I will assume that you did.
Wait,
Agatha opted out. She prefers it fresh and dry.
Well, it was quite fresh. There were, people.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like
yeah, they were fresh. So
yeah, we started out as a at a nightclub.
Yeah, it was something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she topped off then.
Yeah.
Right. Where are you holed up?
I would be at my my loft.
The Raven Loft.
Not the Raven Loft, the Richie Duche.
Well, you are raving.
I'm stark raving mad, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, your phone rings.
Oh shit! Of course, you have to open it with me.
Well, I don't know if everybody else crashed there too. People have been kind of trying to stick together.
Yeah, I'm trying to update or redo my character sheet from my computer crash. So, I answer the phone. Yeah, this is Richie Duche. How may I help you?
This is Edward. It is time we met.
Yeah, I think it should be time we met. Where should we meet?
Well, you can come meet me at the Broad Street Club. I will be there all night. My band is not performing, so I have time for you.
All right. Anything we should be aware of or bring with us?
I'm told that you have found some serums.
Yeah. Are they interest you? Maybe we can make a deal here. Because I hear you're not too happy with our with who made us, and we're not too keen. Some of us. I look over at Dog's character. What was her name? Agatha, and I'm like, yeah, some of us aren't too keen on it either. I myself think it's pretty awesome.
I think it's
maybe we can make a deal here.
Pretty awesome too. If you would bring those, that would be appreciated.
Let's first make a deal, and then we'll get the vials where they need to go.
Cautious. I approve.
All
what
right.
time shall I expect you?
Out of character. What time is it now?
I don't know. Fucking sunset. Call it 9.
Yeah, this is Portland. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Since I moved, I'm like, don't you mean like 5, 6 o'clock?
Like call it 9.
Yeah,
that sounds about right for sunset.
Yeah, for summer. Hey, let's shoot for midnight. High midnight.
High midnight. I approve.
Yeah, that's a dramatic. Make it dramatic.
I'll try to arrange a tumbleweed.
Good on you. I'll bring some food with me too.
Good.
All right. Click, I guess, or bye. And thank you for your time. Click.
Of course.
Okay. So, yeah, guys, it looks like the prince just called us. Looks like Tony was good on his word. So we've got about that many hours to meet him at noon, or midnight. High midnight. So where are we going to stash these vials? Because I don't want to go in there taking everything, all our eggs in one basket so he can just take it from us without making a deal.
You're probably going to have to send a group chat. I'm not sure if Sume's character is somewhere else. I'm fairly certain my character is off in his wood shed or whatever the fuck one would call.
Okay, make it
work
difficult
site.
on us. All right, I group chat all of you guys, and that's what I told all of you.
Yeah, I would have, I guess, for ease of things, I would have just retired wherever we decided to.
All right, let's just say I said all that through a group chat after, so I don't have to repeat it all.
Okay, Richie, I think I got an idea of a few places that we can stash the rest.
Yeah,
Overall.
shoot. Let me know where you want to stash it. That might be safe. I was thinking a safe deposit box or somewhere at a bank.
That is one option. You were on about, well, all eggs in a particular basket. I'm thinking along the lines of more baskets here. I know of a few work sites that are not terribly busy, and a few sites that are just straight up abandoned at this point.
The main thing is we don't want someone that might have security that might not let somebody just go and take it. You think these vampires might run banks?
Okay, if you have that
so-
kind of time to do anything, I'm pretty sure you can scam hard enough, long enough to get pretty rich. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to do it buried treasure style. All right, swing by the
Yeah,
apartment. I'll
okay.
trust you on getting it where it needs to go, somewhere that won't be found. Don't tell me just in case they have some kind of like Jedi mind trick that might mess with me.
You do remember that, remember that fellow told you not to look into, well, into the eyes of other vampires and stuff because they can tweak your brain.
Yeah, we found that out. So I found that out, I should say.
Yeah, I've been able to do some weird stuff like that myself. So I know they got some kind of like Jedi mind trick they could pull on us. So
Tony
don't tell me where
told
you're gonna put it. We'll not have you at the meeting just in case, but we'll have you outside for backup.
Oh yeah, it's probably wise.
Follow me to my gym over here. Meet me at my loft, and I'll get you hooked up on some gear in these vials here.
Alrighty. Give me a bit. Gotta warm up the truck.
All right. I'll while I fix my character sheet, I'll let you guys figure out what you're doing to get to my apartment or my loft. I'm a quote unquote self-proclaimed successful artist who lives in the Goose Hollow area of Portland, in the 90s or the 2000s. I can't remember where we
2000s.
Early 2000s.
in the early 2000s. So yeah.
Hey, preacher man, you need a ride?
I should have one, like, whatever. I don't remember what I gave before a car, so, like a Cadillac or something.
I got a PT Cruiser.
Oh god, that is the early
It's
2000s.
potty trained.
Is it funny train?
That is what
That
the
was the
PT
joke.
says.
Not if you
That was
find
the joke
speed
every
bumps
kid
at
in
eight.
the 2000s made about it.
I would have just, like, some basic, nondescript Preacher Man car. Like, not too expensive, but not too cheap either. So, we can just go, like, with, like, a Honda Accord or something.
Agatha drives a shitty little hatchback,
Oh no.
specifically a Geo Metro.
It's a
The
1988.
shittiest of hatchbacks.
It's a 1988 Dodge Omni.
Oh, God.
I actually had one of those. That was my first car.
Just the
It was a really good car, too.
dumpiest little rain frog of a creature of a car.
It's not a Steve Urkel car, is it?
Oh goodness.
No, it's a Joe Pesci car. Bring me the danniest of your dipping toes. Completely lost the plot. Continue.
All right. Well, by hook or by crook, you all get loft. It's on you for a moment. Where do you want to hide the serum?
So as I show up, I have a cup of coffee that I'm drinking. Yes, I can eat food, by the way. Would you guys like some coffee?
No.
It's a great roast. The beans are from South America. They were pooped out by cats to make them more smooth.
I'm
fuck
suddenly
it.
no longer interested in anything that was food after that. Good job.
No recycled food for you. Okay. And Agatha, would you like some?
Sure, why not? That sounds bougie.
I pull out my mocha pot and make her cafecito with the poopy cat beans.
Kitty.
All right. So first off, let's start in my gym over here. I also want to point out my guy's. He's wearing flip flops and a leopard print Speedo right now. Actually, make it zebra print.
For reference, Agatha, you do not have the eat food merit, so you're going to have to make a willpower check to keep this down.
I didn't say she was actually going to swallow it.
Okay, that's fair.
Just
Takes a mouthful, lets it sit there, loses the taste of it, promptly spits it out onto the floor.
Hope does she do that where I can see it, or like when I'm not looking, which would be funny. As I turn around.
Oh, she makes sure you're looking.
Yes, the mop's over there in the closet, and the Richie Duche kind of turns around and motions to the rest of you to follow his gym. It's on the other side of the loft.
She follows, not giving a good goddamn. She's just completely in barbarian mode.
And as we get to the gym, I have all my martial art equipment. I got like rattan bastons, a lot of knives. I have a whole bunch of like bolos, like guntings, barongs, straight up machete, some staves, any kind of like melee weapon you could possibly think of. I got a high resources, by the way, GM, so I should be able to have.
I recall.
What's your guys' fix here?
What?
Fix.
Yeah, what kind of weapon you guys want for this meeting in case it goes south?
Like a handgun.
What do we even use?
I don't have
on
any
that?
firearms myself. I'm more of a. He reaches up and grabs a. It's called the Gunting. It's like a skinny machete, that kind of short sword that leans forward. He grabs two of them and he starts doing Senawale, spinning them around, doing a 6-point attack, going from over the shoulder, under the shoulder, kind of like a X cross attack, and then back to the other shoulder. This is more my style.
Yeah, I'm going to assume, since I did take some firearms, that he has a concealed carry permit with resources of 4, and it'd be like a 38 special or something.
Classic.
So let me get this straight. You're a Catholic priest and you have a firearm collection and ready to shoot people?
Welcome to the 21st century.
It's 21st century and Portland's a shithole. You need to be able
How
to...
are you concerned about this? This is America. Come on.
America, get some guns. Preacher
You're the
God.
weird one. You're the weird one here. You're the one with the ninja fu weapons. Where's your gun?
I'm
not American or something?
Guns aren't really my thing. They lack the artistic nature of violence. Just has no idea what to say to that.
I don't even know where to start as an effort to inform you otherwise. Good luck there, man. I have a shotgun, 30-06 rifle. I used to go hunting whenever I was alive, alright? But, like, seriously though, what sort of... Well, I remember in the movies, it was like, you need to use silver ammo or whatever the fuck on these guys, right?
I think that's werewolves.
There we go, I found it. It's like a 38 special.
Okay,
I might be mistaken as a bull, but I've never been mistaken as a wolf.
Out of character, my character only knows of vampires due to the Underworld movie. That is it. You just don't have a fucking clue.
Man.
You didn't even see Blade?
Exactly. That's why it's even worse.
That's weird.
Like, hollow points on these guys, or, like, what exactly?
I don't know. That's why I'm gonna probably chop off one of their heads if things go south.
Shit. You got a baseball bat, some pliers, and some barbed wire.
No, but I do have one of these. He reaches in a drawer and pulls out a butterfly knife. A balasong. Hands it to you.
I don't think you can bludgeon things very well with that. Hey, Agatha, what does sledgehammer do? Like, I got like 10, 15, 20-pound versions.
She flashes a very toothy smile. Yes, that'll do very nicely. Smashiest one you got.
I got some 20-pounders in the back of the truck. Sometimes you just need shit a little flatter.
Somebody's singing. So, what do you think? Should I bring the Gunting, or should I put that one down? A slightly shorter machete that has a leaf-shaped blade and a curved handle, or should I bring this one? And it looks like a really heavy leaf-shaped blade machete. This one's a barong. This could really cut somebody's head off. I hear they're actually designed to cut somebody's head off.
How the hell is there some sort of knife that is called a bra? What are you on about?
It's actually a barong, and I do the job.
Okay. I don't have a clue what in the world you do with that thing. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Okay, so who all is going on this excursion?
So let's have you and the preacher man as backup in case things go south. Also, don't want you in there so they can do a mind probe on you. Hey, that happened to some people once, but that was with aliens, so we don't want that happening to you.
It's bad enough that they're vampires. Don't tell me there are fucking aliens that we have to deal with too next.
No, all the aliens are celibate.
Okay. But yeah, if we gotta deal with aliens, I don't know what to think.
Hey, if
Yeah,
vampires are
what the
real,
hell?
why can't aliens?
Okay.
Why can't aliens are real?
So regular bullets work on these dudes?
It's worth giving a shot. All right, so just FYI, I'm going to take 2 balisongs in my pockets, and I'll leave the Gutings in the PT Cruiser.
All right.
Just any kind of Filipino weapon. If you guys, I know none of you guys even know what those things are, should be in here. Because I did have in my character background Filipino martial arts, because I do have pretty good melee and weapon skill.
Agatha helps herself to the 20-pound sledgehammer, and if nobody's actively observing her, she's going to be fiddling at it with a pocket knife.
I should have I should have a lot of knives. So if you have a type of knife you want, it should be in my armory. As Filipino martial arts, we're very well known for using knives.
Looks over her shoulder and just kind of hunched over the hammer.
No, I thought you said you were going to get a knife.
No.
You said your hammer and pocket knife. I was like, well, yeah, go to pocket. If you're going to do a pocket knife, whatever.
She's fiddling at the hammer with a pocket.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
There's always more sledgehammers. Gotta make things flat at times, right? Well, fuck it. Might as well make sure that I have the hot rounds for the hot 6.
Okay, and real quick, how much would it cost to up a discipline by 1?
I think I read somewhere that vampires really don't like fire. Is there any way we could get like a shotgun with some dragon's breath?
I'm pretty sure we can stop by a gun store on the way there. We had a few hours.
Those are the fun rounds. Like, my dude, I got piles of that shit. Like, you gotta stay in practice with this shit.
Do any of you use computers very well? Maybe we can look up a floor plan of this club.
Oh, you're gonna make me look that up.
Maybe look. Does Google Maps exist yet? I don't think it does.
I don't think so.
You said
Primitive form, and it's certainly not going to have like floor plans.
we might have to just go to the courthouse if that's even.
I'm pretty sure they're closed by now.
Record. But even then,
I like the idea. I like the idea of it being shaped up like we're going to do a heist on City Hall to get some floor plans for a building, and we just go do the bureaucratic thing and have it work that way. That's entirely on brand for us.
Do we have the experience thing posted anywhere in World of Darkness?
I have 7 on my sheet.
Yeah, I got it.
So
right
I
here.
don't know
I got
if
it
I
right here.
spent any.
It should be on the character sheet. I see mine, and I've got about 8 experience.
That sounds right.
Okay, so you put 21
It
on
makes me
mine.
want to think I bought something, and I don't remember what I bought. But that's
So
right.
you guys all have 7?
Well, 20 would be your freebie tally.
Oh, okay. So
Different. You started with freebie points. Experience points are different.
yeah, you put 21 experience points on my on the information.
Did I?
Yeah. So if everybody else has 7, I'm going to put
Seems like
7.
a lot.
hang on, I'm looking through my notes on this one as well.
Hang on.
I have 12.
Because I didn't actually remember writing any experience points down on.
We should all have the same, so 12.
Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, so that means I
No,
spent
21.
something.
You had spent 21 freebie points out of 20, and I just said fuck it because I don't care that much.
Okay.
That's different.
As far as XP, at least the way that I have it listed, first instance is 3, second 5, and the third 4.
So
That means
yep,
I
that
spent
tracks what I have. So there should
That
be
means
12
I
all.
spent some. I think.
I think so too. I don't remember what you spent it on,
And
but
just FYI,
Yeah, I don't remember
for
what I
people
spent it
people
on
are
either.
watching. My computer crashed and I lost my character sheet. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I'll just edit all that out. That's an even better idea. All right, yeah, I'll continue working on my character sheet. So let's make a plan. I'll do the talking. What would the rest of you be doing? I forgot your name. The
I know what I
plugin-
spent it on.
the plugin-
I spent it on performance. That's what happened.
Okay. You You stand back for, in case you don't get scanned. Who wants to stay with them? Or should the rest of us just go in? Real talkative bunch, aren't you?
All right.
Look, a week ago, I wasn't drinking people or planning heists, and now I have to do both of those. So, cut me some slack, yeah?
Yeah, a week ago, my worst fear was falling from 2 stories on my deck and dying. I don't know what to do here.
I mean, you guys are going to have fun
I
talking with
understand
an undead, immortal dictator of this city.
I'm not exactly into politics. That was more so my dad's arena.
Yeah, my dad would spend all his time screaming at Fox News, so I know that feel.
Oh, my
I don't
dad's
think
a
Fox News is
senator.
around yet.
I got the hell away from that weirdo. Short of it is, though, I don't really know how to do this delegating thing.
You brought me along to know occult stuff and to smash things, and all the occult stuff I know does not apply to what the fuck we're dealing with.
Speaking of occult things, what all else works on vampires? There's
Stake to
we
the
can tell.
heart, garlic, water. We know sunlight works.
Gonna be honest, we've had like 100 books about vampires come through the shop, and they all say different bullshit.
Okay, so what are the overarching ones?
Give yourself an occult knowledge check so we can see how much information that might be true on that.
Oh, I actually get a fair number of that. It's a D10, right?
Yeah, all of them are D10. Number of D10s, you have dots. With hold on, I gotta scroll up. So you would roll your intelligence plus occult.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the threshold?
For knowing actual stuff about vampires, call it a 7.
Yeah, target number 7, unless stated otherwise in the new edition.
Try to help her out with my occult knowledge too.
That would be a question for the GM, but I do believe you guys can. I believe if I remember the rules right, you can do one person can roll a stat and one person can roll skill of whoever's better. If I remember right, but that'd be a question for the GM.
It'll work.
What counts as a hit?
7 and 8.
Okay. I think I got about.
Before you roll it, find out who has a better intelligence and who has a better occult. Then roll that as a dice pool.
Well, I have a 3 in both.
I have 3 in both, so.
Okay, it doesn't matter then.
All right, let's get to rolling. 2 sets, or a set of 1s. Bullshit. 5 and a 9, and a 5 and a 2.
So how many?
So-
how
Guessing
many
those
dice
books are
above
not
7?
very.
How many hits did you get? 7 plus.
I heard a 9, but I also hear there were some 1s?
I think so. There was a pair of 1s early on.
Well, since you did get 1 success before the offset, it's not a critical glitch, as it were. But yeah, you've read a bunch of books, and none of them had authority.
Can I try to figure out anything?
Since we're later in the decade, there would absolutely be books about Twilight presented as though they were factual.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, and you know from personal experience that you don't sparkle. So
Yeah. Can I try to figure out anything? Of course,
you
my guys.
can also
Preacher man,
roll.
don't you have a whole like a library back at the church that you can
Yeah,
go
it'd be
through?
all biblical stuff, so.
AKA maybe give us a bonus on dice rolls. Go to out of character. That's out of character.
If Agatha were a stripper in her day, she might have sparkled.
Yeah, no, it looks like I got 1 7, but I also had a 1, so that
Could
counts.
you guys
out,
listen
so.
to me for a second? If we go to the church, we can get a bonus because we have a library there. At least I would think so. So why don't we go to the church and do some research there? Because you're having probably a better source of better list of materials from the church that might have real life things on it for these vampires. Because I'm pretty sure all that Inquisition crap that and burning witches might have come up with some real shit.
But yeah, the main idea I have ultimately is to unfold a few shotgun shells, empty them out, and toss in aforementioned, well, ingredients to make the vampires less of a threat. Because I'm not sure if buckshot's gonna do the job.
Bring some double-aught buck, and pretty sure nothing will really like to be shot. I'm gonna take 10 points of mine and put it into obfuscate. Actually, let me look at this a little bit more. But yeah, if you doesn't say I have diminution. Okay, that's the older edition. All right, so-
Demonization, yes. Slightly different. Drives people crazy.
Are you talking about dementia or whatever it's called, Dimension?
Yeah, I'm gonna take because it takes 10 to get a dot in that discipline, or is it 10 or?
It's 7 times the new value, so it would be 14. You're very, very close.
7 times the new value. 14. Okay, so all right, shit.
Yeah. So you said what? 7 times the new value. So to go to 1 to 2 would be a 14.
Right.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like thinking, well, which discipline do I really want to increase first? Serpentinius or obfuscate? Both of them sound fun. But I think Serpentinius 2 lets me have the asp tongue. Like that's just so wrong.
All right, let's stop in the PT Cruiser and grab whatever weapons you need. And let's roll out of here to the Douche Mobile.
You need like the Batman, like the old.
No, I don't. No, not at all. I've never even heard of Batman.
Oh no!
It's a little on the nose for our current existence.
As I pull out a Batman comic for my for the road. Let's go. All right, so we've got the vials. I hand those, or we got the vials. I hand those off to
the church.
And we're gonna go to the church, use their library to do some research on what might hurt vampires, in the hopes of getting a like lower threshold or some extra dice, because I assume the church. His character background is he particularly picked this church because it has a good occult library for getting research.
Pretty much what I do here is occult research, like or biblical occult research.
He's the Catholic Church version of Mulder from X-Files.
Mm.
Yeah, I did kind of muddle it off Mulder a little bit, and the ancient aliens. That kind of crazy.
What's your Buzz? What's your character's name?
Greg.
Father Timothy.
Great. No, sue me. I'm talking to Buzz.
His name is Father Timothy.
So before we go, I hand the vials over to Gray. I'm like, go hide these wherever you're gonna hide them. Don't tell anybody in the crew, and we'll meet you at the church before let's meet up there around 11.
Cool.
For the sake of verisimilitude, if you could just whisper me where you want to hide the vials, that'd be great.
Or do a text message via Discord.
Exactly.
And right before he takes off, I'm like, and make sure you're not followed.
Oh, it's going to be hard for them to follow me.
As he takes off in a work truck that has a flat tire and like listening to heavy metal.
He's probably going to not bother listening to Van Halen.
This time.
Van Halen?
It's the early 2000s, so there's fair odds that this guy is probably inclined to listen.
Blasting Nickelback.
Oh,
Nickelback.
All right, you're now kicked off my server. Go away.
It'd be Nickelback. It's early 2000s. It would be Nickelback. Just gonna say.
Greg isn't that young. He'd probably step into the sun before bothering with that.
Okay. And we head over to the church. Anywhere we need to stop before we go to the church? This is out of character.
Mm.
You're the GM. Of course you don't know.
There's nowhere you need to stop.
I'm asking the other players in case we need to stop. So in case there's something we need to go get. Like, I assume we can get your guns at the church behind the Bible.
I figured like a concealed holster. So, but it's just a 30A special. It's not like it's gonna be bulging out of anything.
It's a very special 38.
Yeah, it's a small little revolver.
All right, we go to the church. What's traffic like? And let me see if I want to make sure we're not being followed. We're not being followed.
Late at night. There's not that much traffic downtown.
Okay, and where is the church located? Is it downtown?
It is downtown. I don't remember exactly where. We've written it down a few times. And
what is the observation skill on this one?
Alertness?
Perception?
Alertness. Fuck off.
Yeah, perception is the stat. Alertness is the skill.
So I got 1 dice in perception. Somebody. And I'm also driving, so I'll look over at Agatha. Like, anybody following us? I don't look at her. I just kind of point over my shoulder.
1 moment.
I'm just hoping you have an alertness.
Nope.
Out of character, does Father what's your character's name?
Timothy.
Father Timothy have any kind of alertness?
I do.
All right, so you might want to do the look.
What compared to what? If I remember right? alertness, wits.
You roll perception plus alertness, and you're rolling. Your target number is 6 unless otherwise stated by the GM.
I can't remember if it was
Seven.
perception or
Excuse me,
wits.
7, not 6.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was perception or wits was stat tied.
Perception.
Which part of Portland are we in?
We're leaving Goose Hollow and we're going downtown. So we're kind of over there by the Timber Stadium.
Go!
A little north.
I got 2 hits.
You're reasonably confident that you're not being followed.
I managed that up with 3 times.
Okay. Now I'll leave it to the GM. Sorry. I need to remember I'm not GMing here. Sorry.
So, what are you doing at the church?
We were going to go see a cult library there, or I guess the church version of a cult library, to see if we can hopefully maybe break down the threshold, or maybe hopefully find some more information.
Well, there at this hour of the night, there isn't a staff librarian. Fortunately, Father Timothy has a little key card.
Yeah.
So you've got the place to yourselves. Oh, hey.
So as we go in and
Just a moment, I have door aggro.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So as we go in and I see the cross, I suddenly go, and like look like I'm physically in pain.
Hello.
Are you physically in pain, or you just look like it?
Now, what do you say in character?
So what do you want to say something?
So you just sit there and just quiet as I ravel in pain.
Well, gotta do something.
I missed something. Why are you in pain?
I'm in front of the big cross in the church, and I suddenly like cringe over and hold my face in pain and like
It burns. You're being a dick. I love it.
it burns.
He's allergic to Christ.
And you guys are there. Are you guys gonna do anything?
I'm gonna look at him like I thought you were here. Were you
Is
here before once?
anybody else reacting that way?
Nobody else
Is
is
it-
reacting that way.
Yeah, were you here once before that? I can't remember.
Yes.
Hey, but you didn't react to pain that time.
No.
So if nobody else is reacting that way, then Agatha's just gonna look at him like he's a dick.
You guys really are cold-blooded vampires. They just get up and walk.
Jokingly, she twirls a bit of hair and goes, "Thanks for noticing."
So, Father Timothy, this is your deal. I'm not really into this style of books. I pull up my Batman comic and sit down in one of the pews and start reading.
Yeah, but it's early 2000s, so I'm sure it's somewhat digitalized or whatever. I guess we'll
Quiet.
try.
There's also mumbling in the background.
Yeah,
Am I
sorry
mumbling?
about that. I had unexpected visitors.
Oh, okay. I thought that was somebody else. I thought you had already muted
No,
yourself.
that's on my end, and
All right, Father Timothy, this is your show.
Yeah,
I'm not really
so-
into these large books unless they have pop-ups.
Alright, yeah, so,
I think to find a good book, let's make it intelligence and academics.
Alright. And I'm thinking, too, it's probably going to be under, like, an ancient,
An ancient book with a lock on it.
yeah. I was
And then,
thinking more,
Anglo Saxon or something.
Old Testament kind. It's probably going to be like some Old Testament study or something,
Yeah.
because, Cain and Abel. And you said, what, intelligence and academic? Don't matter, it's either way, it's still a 6. Alright. The threshold the same as last time, or no?
Yeah, the threshold's fine. 7s.
We got 1 because that 1 canceled out the 7, so we got 1 hit.
But you do have a hit. So, you find the Malleus Strigae, Latin for the hammer against vampires.
Oh, right. It's in Latin, right? Well, luckily I speak Latin, or I
It
should say
is in
read it.
Latin, but you speak Latin. And
read
it is an Inquisition era treatise on how to kill vampires.
Oh, right. I will go about trying to translate the important parts that we need, or at least looking for them. Because I'm sure
There's page after page on how to find vampires, where to look for vampires, how to tell if someone's a vampire. When you finally get to the meaty part of how to kill them, there are incredibly graphic descriptions of sticking stakes into the heart, cutting off the head, setting them on fire. Overwhelming crushing damage apparently is possible, but not
it
recommended.
illustrated?
Yes, it is
I'm sure this
graphically
book is
illustrated.
very illustrated because it's an Inquisition book.
Now, something about crushing damage.
The text actually reads that crushing damage is not recommended except with incredible weight. It looks like, in the illustration, it looks like somebody crushed a vampire under one of the stones of Stonehenge.
Wow.
So we just need a
Okay,
She looks
so,
all
Stonehenge.
just.
Yeah,
She looks genuinely offended at the hammer and just kind of yeets it as hard as she possibly can.
There is, of course, because this is a medieval treatise, there is nothing about guns.
of course, I'm figuring too.
What about crossbows?
Yeah, was there anything about crossbows in there? Because that Inquisition would have had crossbow era.
Oh, sure. There was a footnote
Can we get
around
them to
the
stick around for a bit?
A crossbow through the heart is also possible. It's a
Okay.
tricky shot. If they're wearing armor, it could be a problem. Though a good crossbow will go through plate armor.
What about cutting off their head?
That was one of the illustrations. I will point out casually that cutting off the head works for a great many species.
That's what I
Okay,
thought.
so I
Although
guess
not always chickens, ironically.
not always chickens. Oh, right.
I also,
So wait,
I'm
I
not
can-
sure if you saw the dice roll poll. When he was looking for his book, I did a just random looking for a book that would spark Richie Duche's interest with one hit.
So wait, can I take that to mean that that destroying the brain will work as well? God damn it! Where'd they put that fucking hammer?
Don't lose my fucking hammer. I'm gonna need that later.
Looks at the priest. Sorry about the fucking swearing, Padre.
No worries, I don't give a fuck.
I'm talking to you. You're not a fucking priest.
I do believe I am. I believe the police were looking for me under the pretense I was a priest.
If you're a priest, I'm even more of an atheist than I already am.
You can
Fair
find
enough.
a book of interests, Richie, and I'm not going to try and make that up.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was trying to give you a little t-ball of like maybe I find something or that would actually help us by accident. Okay, sorry. I was hoping you'd maybe t-ball us something that was a little like help us out. That was a little weird. As Agatha, when Agatha's done with the book, I start sketching stuff using. I forgot how to use my. Don't I have a power so I can understand things better?
I don't know.
The legend rises from the fire.
Well, you do find a really interesting book of sigils.
Okay.
That is to say, Richie does.
Okay.
There's an inscribed pentagram on the corner, on the cover. You're pretty sure it's bound in tanned human flesh.
I like this. What's in the book? Well, Agatha is looking through Crushing Vampires. I started taking an interest in this book and drawing, taking out my art book and drawing whatever's inside and taking out and draw the actual book itself.
Yeah, I guess what's the name of the book that he found? As I'm more interested in this Inquisition book, obviously.
It seems to be a book of sigils, and it says something about seals.
Okay.
I remember there
I
being
am
something
not-
about seals when they from Tony over there, didn't he? Or that I had a dream about seals. And no, not the kind you club. Some interesting reading here. I start thumbing through it, trying to find whatever it says on seals. Investigate, I assume, and plus intelligence or wits.
And I'm uploading some of the sigils that you are finding in there.
I start drawing those, and what do I need to roll to investigate the seals?
Intelligence plus occult. We'll put this at an 8.
What about investigation? I don't have occult.
I'm sorry.
Would you take investigation? Oh, actually, I do have an academics. I got the same dice pool there, actually. So,
You also got two occult experts in the room.
Yeah.
well, you guys aren't reading the books yet. Let me look into it. Maybe if something is interesting in there.
I'll take investigation at a 9.
Loosen it up for us.
I
eh?
actually have.
Yeah.
I actually have the one. I actually have academics. I totally forgot. 3 hits.
Well, you've seen that hand before.
I've seen the guys. I've seen this. What do you call them? Sigils, stigals. I've seen these stigals somewhere before.
Got it. Pimp slap the vampire you dislike.
No, you use Aikido on them. That's how you do the cigar.
Oh no.
Father, what do you know about these? Hand him the book, and then when Agatha stops getting all hot and sweaty over crushing vampires with Stonehenge, start drawing the pictures of gratuitous violence that are found in the Inquisition book.
I do have a question about does this Inquisition book? So besides stakes, crossbow through the heart, stake through the heart, with crossbows.
And I had 3 hits. with
Beheading. Is there anything about like fire and like holy water too?
Fire's good. Holy water, surprisingly, holy water only works some of the time.
Do you actually have the true faith stat?
What?
Do you have the true faith stat?
I don't. I chose not to take that because it would have
holy
given a
water
lot
will
of
work
headaches.
for it.
Yeah, it would have given a lot of headaches for like Cat's part.
Yeah, fair.
That's why I didn't take it.
And Cat, I have 3 hits for my investigation roll.
Could have had a holy super soaker.
I know, right? That would have been pretty fun.
I'm sorry?
I have 3 hits for my investigation roll for the sigil book before I hand it off to Father Timothy.
What are you trying to figure out?
I was investigating the seals. You told me to roll, as I investigate, you told me to roll academics plus intelligence. I rolled 4 dice. I got 3 hits.
You're definitely sure that you've seen that hand icon before. And the second one in the top row, the sort of demon face,
Yes.
that was actually also in the book that Father Timothy pulled. It's inscribed on the hilt of the sword that the dude is using to cut the vampire's head off in the very detailed illustration. You're sure it's that exact same demon face.
So yeah, as I'm drawing this from the book, I'm like, guys, have you seen this sigil here? And I point at my art, not those. It's also found here in this picture, which looks like that sword over at the club. Plus, I've seen this hand somewhere before. You guys seen this hand?
Yeah, does the hand look familiar?
The hand
I look at my
was
hand.
on the sword on the club. In the club.
Yeah, I look at my hand. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not mine, but maybe the one on the club.
Okay, so was there a hand on the sword in the club, or I'm confused?
The sword in the club had inscribed on the hilt that hand.
Oh, the hand from the image of the hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And it also had that demon.
No, the
sigil
sword in
there.
the club did not have the demon sigil, but the sword in the Malleostriga that was cutting the head off of a vampire did have that demon face on it.
So maybe these swords have something in common that can affect these vampires.
Yeah, is there anything about like what makes that sword special, like in either book, I guess, to look for?
There's not really a whole lot of text in the book that Richie found. There is mention you're looking for more information about the sword from the illustration. There's a comment in the margins saying that. Give me just a moment.
No problem.
I want to get the right name for this. Yes. There's mention in the Latin after translation that if you can find the sword of heroes, it is ideal. Failing that, any reasonably sharp sword can be made to serve.
Okay, so sharp swords and that particular sword will do it.
Okay. And I'm gonna draw that symbol on my butterfly knives and my goonting, just in case.
Is there anything more about that?
You never know.
Is there any more about that hand symbol, or is it just a book of sigils? But
There's practically no text in the picture book.
Okay, fair.
It looks like you're gonna have to, draw the holy bitch slap on all the melee weapons, I guess.
Yeah, I totally do that with all mine. And as they're reading through the books, I draw all this stuff that are connected to it on my art pad. And the very last thing I do is I draw a penis with the demon, that demon face as the head of the penis.
Okay.
Just to make sure. I'm on my cave again.
I guess I get annoyed at this. Yells, "Stop dicking around!"
Once, as you're drawing these images, a poem pops into your head, and I'm sending it to you privately.
Oh my god!
It couldn't be short, could it?
No, it's not.
Do we want
Which makes it all the more weird that it pops into your head.
Do we want my dyslexic ass to read this? So I kind of just start muttering this poem over my breath as you guys are reading through the book and I'm drawing. He who holds the coin spinner knows good odds, whichever move to make he makes. Yeah, you read it. my real life. This is. Could you just read it out loud while I just? But I say this kind of slowly as I'm like unthinkingly, I'm just saying it out loud, like it's coming just randomly, just kind of like talking to myself. Is kind of how I say this. But could you read it so people can actually understand what I'm saying?
The mind sword spun in the dawn's grey light, and men and demons knelt before. The mind swords flashed in the midday bright. Gods joined the dance and the march to war. It spun in the twilight dim as well, and gods and men marched off to hell. I shatter swords and splinter spears, none stands to shield breaker. My point's the fount of orphans' tears, my edge the widow maker. The sword of stealth is given to one lowly and despised. Sight blinders gifts, his eyes are keen, his nature is disguised. The tyrant's blade no blood hath spilled, but doth the spirit carve. Soul cutter hath no body killed, but many left to starve. The sword of siege struck a hammer's blow with a crash and a smash and a tumult. Stonecutter laid a castle low with a groan and a roar and a tower's fall. Long roads the sword of fury makes, hard walls it builds around the soft. The fighter who town saver takes can bid farewell to home and croft. Who holds wayfinder finds good roads, its master's step is brisk. The sword of wisdom lightens loads, but adds unto their risk.
Man, that sounds like a good metal song. Like,
I know,
Demon
right?
Slicer, Demon Slicer, how did you slay? Reaching from the heart, from behind the scales. Richie can't sing. Demon Slicer, Demon Slicer, where do you stay? In the heart of the beast, that's my blade impaled.
Definitely like
I was just kind of doing the top in the sledgehammer.
Definitely like something I could like imagine Dio singing.
Yeah, what was Agatha doing?
That is absolutely Dio lyrics.
Yeah, totally Dio lyrics, but what was Agatha doing?
Oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I think we may have. It's okay.
Cat, cue me whenever Greg should be, managing to make it back.
Given the sheer distance covered, let me look at that one more
Turn
time.
into a robot.
Past. Good Lord. Yeah, it's gonna. You might make it back in time to the meeting. You're not gonna be back for that. Am I still a robot?
Am I the one cutting out, or I think
it's due to bandwidth on Cat's end.
Okay, I wasn't sure it was me or not.
I'm not sure what to do back. And you're going past I think you hadn't sounded out that far in at least an hour back, so
Yeah, I'm just catching full robot from you, Cat.
is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Short answer, Lee, there's no possible way you can hit all three of those sites and be back in less than 3 hours. You're going to be hard-pressed to show up for the meeting.
Fuck me sideways.
what
We're
in the
gonna
middle
have to.
do?
We're gonna have to split up, aren't we, gang?
Well, we're gonna split up anyway because we don't want Gray to be there at the meeting. We don't want them to be able to read his mind and do some kind of what are they called? Ouija board magic on it.
I have another idea, though. 5 ammo cans, and only 2 of them have the stuff, and we just hide them all. Nobody knows which one, after mixing up the ammo cans, nobody knows what's in it as long as we don't open them.
Trixie shell game shit, huh?
If we don't know, they don't know.
Back.
This is true.
And we just hide the ammo can that we're handed wherever the hell.
Well, just hit 2 sites and get back.
We don't
to
have
us.
to send it too deep. All we have to do is just send it somewhere that would be ridiculous to try to find.
Hit up 2 sites and get back to us so you can actually play in the game.
Think that'll work?
Sorry,
well?
I'm changing my key button because I had it as cap lock as push to talk. Just hit up 2 of the sites and get back to us, since you can't hit up 3.
Oh, I was thinking that all of us can hide. Well, only 2 of the cans.
You've already
actually
gone.
have-
We've already separated, so you get all the vials.
All right.
We can't redo that. That's metagaming. Yeah. All right.
First site then, Cat.
Sure.
So we know all the ways of actually killing vampires now.
You're pretty sure.
That's out of character. We know what to do.
Yes.
Is there anything specifically that we don't know so we don't metagame that?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're good to go then. All right, anything else? Make sure you bring, leave the big weapons in the car. Bring the concealables. You're probably going to have security. Sounds like he just has a band. Nobody's supposed to be at the nightclub, so he's probably going to have... One of the guys that buys my art always has some bodyguards with him. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him a call real quick, see if he knows anything about this Eddie guy. All right, you want to do or if you need to do anything with Gray, or do you want to go
to anything I need to do with Gray, I will do on the side.
Okay, I wasn't sure what's going on. I didn't want to keep Gray out of the game, so I'm going to give my contact a call. He buys my art as kind of a way of laundering money for the mafia. Author Barca.
Art broke. Yes.
Art broke. Oh yeah, Art Brokaw. My art broker. So.
Hey, Richie, what's going on?
Hey, Arthur, baby. You know anything about this Eddie guy who runs a club? I forgot the name of it off the top of my head.
Broad Street.
Over on Broad Street. Is he? Is he anybody to worry about over there? I got a meeting, kind of a less than savory meeting with him.
I don't know of any club on Broad Street. I don't even know of a street called Broad Street, but I know a club called the Broad Street.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's over on 7th East Side. It's in this cool old building. Used to be the city water office. Yeah, it's all right. You know, they got a big open dance floor on the bottom. Yeah, Edward, that's the guy. He runs the place. He leads the house band that plays there like once a week or so. I sold some of your art to him.
Yeah, is he connected to anybody? This is also my drug point, remember?
Yeah. He wanted the art for this school that apparently he's like the CEO of this private school up on the hill. It's called the Roseblood Academy. I don't know. I couldn't afford to send my kids there.
Oh damn! Is he? But he's not connected to anybody I should worry about, like any of the guys you normally do business with.
He's not connected to my guys or anything, but word out on the street is don't fuck with him. He has his own muscle.
All right, roger that. If I'm worried about him trying to steal something off me at a meeting, gonna be selling some stuff to him. Is there anything?
Also, what are you implying about my people?
You see, you're the best people out there. That's why I'm talking to you, and not some of the more unsavory types.
Did I just go dead? What's going on here?
Oh, sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry. No, that's nothing. No bad reflection on you. I'm the one talking to some unsavory types, and I know you kind of keep an eye on that kind of stuff. You guys are good people, and you know that.
Oh yeah.
That's why I do business with you.
Of course.
I was just hoping you might be able to keep a little bit of an eye out for me on this deal. I'm worried about maybe them trying to double cross me on some art deal I'm going down with. If you know what I mean.
Wait, you're doing art deals on the side without me. I'm hurt.
Nah, throw some quotation marks in the air, man. I mean, you don't want this stuff over the phone.
All right, well, you stay safe.
Hey, you know me. There's no fun in that.
Well, you know what they say. A ship in harbor is safe. That ain't what ships are for.
You got that. All right, I'll get out of here before my ship sinks. You keep yours afloat. Click.
All right.
Yeah, Richie doesn't say bye. That's just his thing. It's just his thing. All right, out of character. Anything else we need to prep for?
Nothing comes to mind.
So did we discover whether or not fire works on vampires?
Yes. I recommended ways of disposing of them. Burn them to death.
Yeah, I actually I give.
I was going to ask about that.
I give Gray a call. So, Kat said so all that we know out of character, we know in character on killing vampires is what Kat. Remember when I talked to her about that?
With the exception of guns, because the book was kind of pre-gun.
Yeah.
So with the exception of guns.
Guns aren't that effective on them anyway, but a shotgun to the blast of the head do it though.
Yeah, Dragon's Breath rounds should do the job. That's a lot of. Well, I'm sure you get the idea.
I pull out the
probably ought to
that big wad of cash.
Greg to, well, grab some of that just for sure.
All right, I pulled out that big wad of cash and I handed over the preacher man there. I'm like, hey, preacher man, go get what you need for guns over at the Guns R Us, just down the street.
Which big wad of cash were you referring to?
You know, the one that I didn't find in a
that one. Just making sure.
The one I didn't find in a lockbox with a whole bunch of uncut diamonds and that totally weren't there.
Yeah, I'll have to say, after reading this Inquisition book, that little 38 special, I'm thinking that thing looks a little dinky.
I don't think they're gonna let
someone
they
killed one by crushing it with Stonehenge. I'm like, this little revolver is like a shit.
Well, remember, we're probably not going to be able to bring the big stuff in, so
I know, but that's what he's thinking.
And I kind of look over at Sledgehammer. We might need something a little smaller and more concealable for the meeting itself. But if things go south, we can get to the old Douche mobile. Well, then we can pull out the big stuff. That's a backup. That's Plan B.
Out of character, if fire is very much a weapon of option, I'm pretty sure a road flare and a Molotov cocktail is a pretty concealable.
Well, a Molotov cocktail looks, until you shove a rag in it and light it up, looks like a bottle of hooch.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, that's under the notion that you're inclined to light the rag. You throw a ball of liquid, throw a road flare, off you go. You don't need the rag. You just have a sealed bottle. No, I am not endorsing terrorism. Calm down.
I'm going to swing by Andy and Bax. I'm going to get some road flares, some kerosene. I think they would have that for lamps over there. And a pair of nunchucks.
And a pair of nunchucks.
And were you sending Father Timothy off to ammunition?
Yeah. Ammunition. Ammunition. I love that name for a fucking gun store.
Yeah, ammunition.
You can thank Grand Theft Auto. It's not original.
I stopped playing Grand Theft Auto after the one with the Russian guy, and that where you had to text. You had to text message everybody and actually email them, and then if you don't go and spend 30 minutes hanging out with your friends, they didn't like you anymore.
Yeah, that was kind of bullshit.
The game had a good story, but it shouldn't have been a Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, it was just like, dude, I'd rather just go to drink in the bar in real life. I don't want to have to do that be forced to do it in a video game.
Nico, it is your cousin. Come, we will smell a titty. Oh, you don't love that?
All right, and Agatha, what can Agatha go do before this?
Agatha, smash.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I'm getting three sets of nunchucks. Get one for Agatha. I'm getting one for Agatha, so she can crush with nunchucks.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder why you were grabbing a third pair there for a bit. Okay.
Oh, come on. What the hell am I going to do with this? Give him a bloody nose? The reason I grabbed this big fucker is this is going to end an argument.
Well, they might not let you in with that, so you seemed really keen on smashing, so these might be a little bit more...
Oh, bloody well, may as well not go in armed at all if we're going to be under-equipped for the job.
I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. That's what it sounds like when somebody runs away from the argument.
And my guy says, I say that in and out of character.
How do you have to piss? God damn it, now I have to piss.
Yeah, it's like, pissing is like contagious, just like freaking yawning is.
Why would you say something so... How could you say something so fucked up and so correct?
And it's like, once someone yawns, everybody else in the room starts yawning. Have you ever noticed that?
Not only is that true, that's true across multiple species.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm gonna go have a yawn break.
There you go, dog. Arm Agatha with a pair of these.
Oh, this ought to be.
So there's your strategy. You just yawn, and you make the master vampire yawn, and while his mouth is open, you shove a road flare in.
I love it. I love it.
I wish that would actually work.
I love it. I love it.
If I recall, somebody cast some of those in lead or some shit on YouTube.
Absolutely. I would absolutely use that as a weapon.
It
A
is
couple
the
of
early
lead
2000s,
hull
There you
cannons.
go.
That time period wise, it does make sense.
Well, considering, the notion is nunchucks, this is pretty much on par, considering the caliber of, bullshit y'all are aiming to hunt. Well, if it comes down. Ooh, I forgot to ask. Oh, now that I think about it, I should have asked this question whenever we're doing that encounter with Tony. Do sunglasses work to keep them out of your brain?
I don't think the book would have anything on that.
Yep, the book would not have anything about sunglasses.
Yeah, this book wouldn't have anything on that.
No, I'm talking about whenever.
Oh, hey, Richie.
Tony.
Richie, real quick. We have to go take a piss. Did, piss come out or did blood come out?
That'd be a question for the GM. What?
I haven't had to
would
piss
rather not
since
get into that.
I would think it would be normal piss. I mean, if you're eating and drinking, it's got to come out somewhere.
That's fair.
Came out normal. What's going on with you?
But the according to Hoyle answer is that you don't actually need or have the ability to piss, and if you really want to, you can excrete fluid by losing a blood point. Being able to eat food just means you can keep it down. You end up vomiting it up later.
Okay, so I actually can't piss. So yeah, I was just making sure. I've been drinking a lot of beer and nothing's been coming out. So a little worried.
All right, so real quick. They made some comics a while back, some graphic novels, and periodically one of the characters will be so distressed that they'll cry, and it'll be tears of blood. And this means that they chose for blood to come out. Hello, dramatic bitches.
Well, from a certain
Maybe
point of view,
involuntary.
they chose to cry.
I just like the idea of vampires being that
Anything
extra after a
important
while.
happened while I was gone, or were you guys just chatting about what? Like, wait, he's pissing? What the fuck?
Oh, I took the piss.
We commented that pissing is contagious, apparently.
Also, I took the piss that nunchucks are so useless that Agatha might as well be armed with Hulk fists. Yes, the weird foam thing and the beams and horror.
And the problem with nunchucks is they're a flail, so they're hard to control and can get tied up pretty easy. But the good thing about nunchucks is you can have a lot of power generation off of them, more so than a stick, because they're a flail. So you can actually, if you know how to use them, you can actually do some damage with them. They're not a good defensive weapon in any kind of category. You can also tie up, but just because because they can get tied up, you can also tie up other people and use them as kind of like locks. And I wouldn't want to use one in a fight, but this is also a role-playing game, so it might be fun to fucking start swinging fucking nunchucks around if we have to.
There you go.
Can I get a chain and a really heavy padlock?
You're talking shit about nunchucks, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's going to be a better weapon."
I'm going Castlevania with this shit. Shut up! I'm being Castlevania.
Fuck it, just I don't know, get the better part of 20 feet of chain attached sledgehammers to a fucking fence post with that shit. Just whatever. Yeah, that'd be overkill.
Between fucking around at the library and only going to the one site, Lee, you could be headed back into town by about now.
Yeah, we're basically just waiting at the church for you to get back, unless there's any kind of any other kind of weird occult stuff you guys can look up, or should we even check maybe?
I don't know. That's the only thing that we did find that I'm aware of.
Nightmare Before Christmas's bookstore over there.
Oh yeah, we didn't check out that, or do we want to?
Yeah,
Well,
GM, do we have time?
You've probably got at this point about an hour until the meeting. I don't know. Do you feel like there's more you need to know?
No, we don't. So we're just waiting on Gray to get back. Gary, what's your character's name?
Greg.
Gary. Okay.
Gary Gregg.
Oh God.
No relation to Gary Glitter, but very related to Greg Glue.
Kat, did you already cue that it'd be within that time frame?
Yes, you're back at this point essentially whenever you want to be.
All right. What all did we find, y'all?
I look at the priest. I'm like, give him the lowdown. You're the one that did all the reading
yeah.
there.
So we found out you can chop their heads off. Looks like fire kills them. Holy water doesn't always work. It looks like stakes through the heart. Maybe shooting a crossbow bolt through the heart. So looks like any through the heart. And apparently they crushed them with Stonehenge. So yeah.
I'm just gonna. All right, I'm gonna say something that's maybe controversial and maybe nobody really wants to hear, but being a vampire ain't shit.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Because those are all. Yeah, that's all shit that would have killed me before I became some sort of gothed up superhero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I get
from the
what the
sound
fuck?
of it.
But I got
all the
cool
look-
sight beyond sight, so that's awesome.
Well,
And we also
the other-
That's why.
can't really die, live forever.
Maybe that's why Anne Rice was all about vampires being all whingy about how shit their existence is, because they're kind of actually shit.
And it's pretty cool being able to live forever unless somebody hits you with a Stonehenge.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to find a night job at some point.
well, that's sort of the thing. If you think about it, it sounds like that's what they had to resort to. Not so much hey, this is like we're bragging. No, this is more. It sounds more like that. Like,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
yeah, we're gonna have to be a bit more deliberate here. These guys have been around a while, so there's fair odds.
How
that
much?
They're the ones that didn't get
Yeah.
the Stonehenge treatment.
Thinking on it, they're probably going to be a bit smarter than us as far as trickety-trick schemes go. Maybe we should just go in honest and hope for the best.
A buddy Arthur says he's
Sorry.
not really connected to anybody, but he does have muscle.
Yeah, but the other concern I have is whether if we can actually shake this shit if we're so inclined.
Well, my buddy
Maybe.
Arthur says that he's not connected to anybody, but he does have a bit of muscle, and there's some kind of school up in the hills that he's connected to that he puts all the art, or apparently he buys me art and puts it up there.
Huh.
Huh?
Because admittedly, the immortality thing sounds like an absolute dick.
Yeah, no offense.
And nowhere near as many vulnerability, or nowhere near as many invulnerabilities as I'd like. But I mean, not to put too fine a.
All right, so you're not into being a vampire, but it doesn't look like there's anything we can do about that. So, anything else we need to do before this?
It sounded like y'all were not interested in it. Not leaving that shit
I love
behind.
being a
Fuck
vampire.
that.
This is fucking cool as shit.
Greg is the one that is still not.
I personally give it a 7, but yeah.
I went for a walk a few nights back, and some creep tried to follow me. And you know what I fucking did? I made a Capri Sun out of him. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a little safer, even though it can't. But then I feel bad too. Like we ate a lady from my parish.
Well, okay. Go around the bad neighborhoods. Wait for some like creep to try and make a move.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying we did eat a poor lady from my parish.
It's okay.
Yo,
She wasn't.
Oh, are you
doing
gonna
anything
whinge
anyway.
about that? Are you
Yeah,
gonna
not-
keep whinging about that? Come on. Bygones.
I ain't,
That was like 4 days ago, man.
y'all. I ain't here to shame you about your. I like having a beer every now and then, not to drink a dude that had beer. And living forever is kind
Well,
of.
that's the big drag I found about being a vampire is you can't get high anymore.
Yeah, and if I have an answer or potential answer to fix this shit, hell, I'm not gonna shame y'all for this shit.
Yeah.
Once it's done, it's done. Y'all can.
You got those Molotov cocktails done? All right, look at go ahead.
I feel like I should point out that your characters less than a day ago found that you do have a potential answer for this shit. The guy who turned you into vampires was pretty fucking sure he'd found a cure and transformed you so that he could run a human trial.
Yes, I'm perfectly aware of that, but my character wants to be a vampire.
Sure. Just making sure anybody who's having
Thanks
second
for
thoughts.
spilling the
there is
beans
a-
out of my evil plan there, GM.
There's no plausible way your characters would have forgotten that this fast.
I was gonna say, there's no way we would have gotten that. You're right.
Yeah, there's a reason.
I guess I didn't forget.
Has been talking about.
Well, I'm sure. I get that. I get that Richie is just ecstatic about his new existence.
Yeah, he gives it a 7 out of 10 because he can't take drugs.
That's fair.
Be a way to. I don't know.
Yeah,
Agatha has had no negative points to this beyond the annoyance of maybe having to work a minimum wage job for the rest of eternity.
And I honestly have the cure on my Plan C list. So. All right, so let's. You got those Molotov cocktails down there, Preacher Man?
Was I making them? I thought I was.
I thought you were
not.
making. I thought you said you were making Molotov cocktails. I thought somebody said they were.
I know. I don't think it was me. I was doing stuff with the books.
All right, so who's making the Molotov cocktails? And while you're doing that, I'm trying to write down that poem and into a metal, like trying to turn it into a metal song.
Okay,
It
clarification.
doesn't scan that well, but if you throw in the occasional "ooh yeah,"
Yeah, just do the thing they usually do, where they put the wrong emphasis upon the wrong syllable.
As I'm doing this, I'm writing it down in my art book, and
Failing that, over sing.
I show it to Agatha.
you have to sometimes do that.
And I show it to Agatha, or give her a copy. I'm like, "What do you think?"
I mean, when
What
you're a
kind of
vampire,
changes
are
do
you
think-
allowed to do anything other than the goth kind of stuff, like industrial or black metal?
Did I go? Did
How
my
good
mic
is
go
your
out?
band?
Oh, we
There
hear
are
you.
vampires that have successful country
Hello?
singing careers.
We hear you now.
Yeah, I think my mic went out there. As you guys were, whoever said they were making Molotov cocktails, I think somebody had said they were going to make Molotov cocktails, correct?
I know you mentioned it, but I don't know who it was.
As we're getting all our gear together and getting everything ready, I guess we're not making Molotov cocktails. I start singing try to write down like the song, the poem into a metal song. I actually write down the words. I show it to Agatha, and like, where do you seem like a metalhead? Where do you think? What changes do you think we can make there? There's the
Agatha,
poem.
you have 100% encountered this poem before.
Grab the notebook from him immediately. Just
Oh no! I
intently
gave you your
staring at
own
it.
piece of paper. You're not handling my notebook,
Oh.
my art book. It's not a notebook. It's an art book.
Oh, goodness.
Right. I've seen this before.
Well, you've heard it before. Tony recited it for you.
He did.
I think Tony recited this.
I kind of remember that. Why would that be stuck in my head all of a sudden? But it does have a kind of a catchy tune. Hey, Preacher Man, you want to take a look at this? Tony said it might have something to do with vampires.
Yeah, let me check it out. Like, it's
You guys might
Want
want
me
to
to-
do some-
Oh, hey, are there
some
any-
cult roll.
Are there any 24-hour markets open? Because failing a Molotov cocktail, a big can of hairspray, and a lighter.
Classic.
Oh,
Ooh,
you're a goth. I'm sure you have a can of hairspray on you and a lighter already.
yeah. Let me check out.
Well, I could use more. Racist.
The term would be bigotry there, not racism. Goths aren't a race, unless you're talking about those who took over Rome, or conquered Rome, or sacked Rome.
Well, how do you
They did
how do
something
you
to
know
Rome. I
I'm
think it was some
not?
bigotry.
Let's see, my occult roll. I got 2 hits trying to figure out anything if that poem's like occult related.
Well, again, you'll definitely remember that you saw that demon sigil face on the sword in the hammer against vampires.
We don't have time to go steal that sword now, do we? They're probably up anyway.
You considered just asking him.
Well, we don't sure. if we're
Someday
gonna
I
have
will
a
get
fight.
tired of posting that link.
We're not sure if we're gonna actually be in a fight, so let's not. If shit goes sideways and we get out of there, then we'll go get the sword. But until then, I don't want to get on Tony's bad side, as we might have an ally in him if this Prince guy goes all purple rain on us and wants to kill us.
These guys.
Dude, what does that even mean?
I look at Agatha. I'm like, how old are you? Is you just made me
Motherfucker,
feel
how
old.
How the fuck old are you?
It's none of your business. A lady shouldn't ask, and a gentleman never tells.
You got that backwards.
I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever
shit,
say
you
bounces off
did
of
it
me,
first.
sticks to you.
You see, guys, this is why I did not have kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you two?
We drink people. That probably is something we can blame.
Yes,
can't
that
do
is
drugs.
clearly.
Nobody asks, I'm going to blame that.
Damn.
For this guy, that's a For this guy here, that's a pre-existing condition. I don't know what his excuse is.
Hold on a second. I give Tony a call.
There's no answer.
Damn it. Yeah, I was going to ask him what that poem meant. All right. Now, let's go talk to this Prince guy. Remember, you stay outside in the car. Don't be seen. You have obfuscate?
Who?
Out of character?
I do have obfuscate.
Was I talking to you?
Yeah, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I was talking to Gray. I was talking to Gray, who who's not going to go in because we don't want them to read his mind to find out where the samples are.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought you wanted me not there either.
No.
Yeah, Greg is going to unironically put on shades in a, well, might as well try this too while I'm at it sort of way.
You take another car and wait around the corner. If you get a text message or a call, come and help us. Or you hear gunfire. Hopefully bullets don't actually hurt us. Use that boomstick you got there with the the fireball rounds from like that movie we saw.
I have no idea what movie you're talking about. They just call them
It's
dragons.
okay, I know what it is.
Fire.
So you're going to be the heavy artillery backup if stuff goes sideways.
Yeah, .6, 12 gauge. Yep, I guess that's...
Preacher Man bought some, what are those flamethrower rounds for the shotgun?
Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, I'm pointing at... Now I'm talking to you, Sume.
I wasn't involved with the Dragon's Breath. I thought that was Greg.
You were sent to Guns R Us.
I was
Remember
sent to
I
Guns
gave you
R
a
Us.
big wad of cash to go to ammunition and go get all the gun stuff?
Gotcha. Yeah, so
I went to
I would
Andy
have
and
bought.
hey,
Max,
hold
got
up.
some stuff. Yeah.
Do the holy things work against them?
Sometime.
Maybe you could take a marker and draw like some Jesuses on weapons. Maybe that might. And some holy damage.
I might as well draw some crosses on the bullets, tips of the bullets, just in case.
How vary from dusk till dawn.
Exactly.
Oh god.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have any gun cod pieces. More's the
Goodness,
pity.
not have Greg drawing
I left
any
mine
of
at
the
home.
ammunition. No one's going to enjoy the result.
All right, so I guess we're good to go. We'll go talk to this Prince. Hopefully this
Just-
goes through.
Just walking past the mention of Richie Duche owning a crotch-mounted gun.
I think it's right up his alley.
Considered, it's not above suspicion at this point.
It's the only kind of gun he would own.
Yeah, it is entirely in character. If anything, he probably owns two for some reason.
One for both ends.
I was gonna ask. What's a
I
tail
remember
gun?
seeing a meme of like a butt plug that had like a gun built into it. Hard.
That's a butt plug gun. That's I'm flabbergasted.
I'm speechless. I need a minute.
Your gas can have been thoroughly flabbered by now.
All right, so
Right, that's a thing.
So, the Broad Street is over the river on east side, about 7th and Alder. It is an old brick, unreinforced masonry,
all right, so
also known as a death trap if there's ever an earthquake.
nice. I've had
And now I've got
hang out at this club before.
You might have. It's okay. The whole lower floor is pretty much cleared out. There's an upstairs. There's a couple of different stairways up. They are, of course, guarded. Nobody's allowed up there. There's private rooms and offices maybe, and then rumor is that there's a way downstairs somewhere that has access to the Shanghai tunnels.
So we're
But
at
most
the
people who
Shanghai.
come for the main floor and the dancing and the bar.
Are we at the Shanghai in real life? Are we at the Shanghai in real life? Oh no, that's downtown. Shanghai's downtown. Never mind.
Yeah, no. I actually put this nightclub in the office I work in.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'll edit that part out so you don't dox yourself.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right, so let's go. And on the phone, keep an ear out. Send you that text message. So I'm bringing with me inside the 2 butterfly knives and 2 road flares. Okay, 4 road flares. And a pair of
Big
nunchucks.
can of
And
hairspray.
and a pair of nunchucks on the back of my belt.
big can of hairspray and a lighter. For good measure, she did up her hair. extremely like something out of Motley Crue.
So half a can of hairspray. Okay, got it.
When you get there,
Got a second can for that.
there's a line of variously dressed, mostly goth wannabes leading around the corner. And they're, standard setup with the velvet rope and the doorman checking IDs. And it's moving slowly.
I go up to the front, skipping the line, and go up to the security, and I should be on the list, sir. Richie Duche.
Richie. Oh, yeah, Rich Douche, that's you. Okay. Yeah, you're supposed to meet the boss. These your people.
Yeah, these are my people over here. This is my excuse me, I'm trying to remember the word here. My muscle. I point to Agatha, and I point to the preacher man. He tries to keep me on the moral path.
An angel and a devil. I dig that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep me on the moral path there.
Especially not when I'm telling them to do dangerous and stupid things because they'd be funny.
An angel and a devil.
Last week
what?
I had to tell him not to. Last time I had to tell him not to drink out of the toilet.
I don't even act like.
He did it anyway.
Yeah, you see what I have to go through. What were you saying about an angel and a devil?
Well, you got a preacher man and you got her.
Oh, yeah, that.
That's a good analogy, actually.
So we're gonna go in, my man.
Yeah, right this way.
All right, I tip him. I tip him a 20.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Well,
Yeah, we follow
he gives you the handoff to the stairwell guard that is right past the little entryway, and upstairs there are indeed lots of private rooms, and you are shown into one of them.
Okay, I go into the private room. I'm wearing, just FYI, I'm wearing a burgundy suit with a 1-inch thick tie and very short lapels with 2 ticket pockets.
Okay.
So you didn't have anything else to change into, so Agatha's wearing her usual outfit.
A
We're
shirt
not
with a
gothifying
skull
people
on
again,
it.
are we? Yeah, that was pretty scary last.
What?
We're not gothifying anybody again, are we? Because that was pretty scary last time.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I know, but it was scary and hilarious.
Long black leather overcoat, KMFDM shirt, and the requisite fishnets applied liberally. You can't be goth without fishnets. It's a rule.
It is a rule.
You have to have fish.
It's like being Hunter S. Thompson, but you're not doing a lot of drugs with a lot of gun staying.
Fishnet t-shirt. Got it.
Well, I feel like that would chip.
For dudes, anyway. That's what the... Sorry.
Edward is waiting for you in the room. He is wearing a simple charcoal gray business suit. He is played by Bill Nighy.
Not sure who that is.
Scrimgeour from the Harry Potter movies.
He was the stepdad in Shaun of the
he was
Dead.
also Slarty Bart Fast in the recent movie adaptation of Hitchhiker's Guide, if you saw that.
I did. Which character? The guy with the extra head and extra arm?
No, the old dude from McGrathia who said his name wasn't important.
I don't remember that, yeah.
Oh, he was also Squid Face McGillicuddy in Pirates of the Caribbean, wasn't he?
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back myself. I can
I
go
hate
to the
that
bathroom
movie,
too.
but I remember that one. All right, let's
He was also the stepdad in Shaun of the Dead.
okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I mentioned that one.
Can we take a bio break?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm not on my A game today, and I think not all of us are having a hard time focusing.
It happens.
So sorry about that.
I mean, I got Agatha in snarky form, and that feels correct for her. Snarky and...
My character's been fucking with your character this entire time, so it's only fair that you do the same thing back. So I'm liking this. I like this evil banter back and forth.
She made the crack about Richie drinking out of the toilet because he went and got Darling Nikki stuck in her head.
Think big, huh?
I'm not sure if I use push to talk if OBS hears it. I think it only works through, so I might have to edit out all my banter and background noise when...
What a fine family of unhinged misfits.
Something like that.
Oh, shit!
A goth, a day laborer,
a
preacher.
A self-proclaimed successful artist.
If you say so. We all walk into the bar, and let me guess, the bartender says, "What is this, a joke?"
Oh, goodness. It'd be more of, are you guys the village people?
Village people for a
Yes,
new
on all
era.
accounts. Yes, on all accounts. I'm using push to talk, and I keep forgetting to push to talk.
I have returned. I'm feeling
You immortal. I once saw a picture of Prince and Rihanna side by side, and I'm like, Prince just like gender bent Rihanna.
Back.
wow.
But to unhinge,
I think it would be at least more accurate to say that Rihanna is gender unbent Prince.
guess what? Fuck you. Unbend your gender.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. We missed you.
I was gone for so long. It was quite a long moment. I don't got anything. Yeah, I had to take those painkillers, so all my wit has gone out the window.
You took out your wit and you replaced it with shit.
No, I did not.
Well,
Welcome to the age of manure, where everything is turned to shit.
as you step into the room, the person that you can only assume is Edward stands up and says, "So you're the ones. Weren't there more of you?"
One of us couldn't make it, but for the most part, we're all here. Also, I start using Auspex to make sure I can tell if he's lying or not.
Well, so far, he does not appear to be lying.
Yeah, it's saying just for the future, just so you know what's going on.
I'm...
So, we're here to conduct some business. Mind if we get some drinks and sit down and talk shop?
Drinks. What a fabulous idea. He reaches for a decanter and pours out something dark and red into several glasses. Pointedly looks at the fact that there's more glasses than people, and leaves one or two of them empty.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glossing over the fact that Lee's kind of not here either, but I'm just going to assume that his character is here and being quiet.
Makes sense. Yeah.
He's here in spirit.
And he's going to, whatever the group decides to do, he's going to follow the
By any
majority.
chance, could I get some rum? If you don't mind, it's all the same to you.
I'm sure I can have some sent up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you want it in your beverage, or
no, I'd like it on the side, preferably on the rocks.
that sounds like alcohol abuse?
That's a good joke there. So, to get down to business,
He raises his glass to business.
I do the when my rum comes, I give him the or I actually don't have my rum, but I do the open hand kind of.
Your rum comes remarkably fast, considering you didn't actually hear him send for it or anything.
All right, as we do that, and I give him the salute, and then I try to do some sleight of hand as though I dropped I accidentally dropped it. Would this be a performance plus dexterity check?
Sure.
Yeah, or just give it to me.
Make a roll.
Yeah, I'm looking at my dice pool. I got to put my reading glasses on. Sorry.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, or would you want stealth?
I like performance and dexterity. You're not trying to hide the fact that you're dropping the glass. You're trying to fake the.
Yeah. So dice rolls. Get in the dice roll channel. Work there. And what is my dexterity? I have a dexterity of 3 and a performance 1. 4 dice. D10. I have 2 hits.
Oh, how clumsy of you!
I'm very sorry.
Which glass
about
did you
that.
drop?
Say again?
Which glass did you drop?
The blood, obviously.
Yes.
I've got
that's
slender
unfortunate.
fingers.
I can refill that for you if you'd like. Try not to make it happen.
Let's not worry about that. I like to do business before drinking. It's an old family tradition of mine. And you know how important. And you know how important tradition is.
Quite.
So we hear that we have something that you're interested in. We believe you want me to. Is it safe to talk here, or should I?
There's nowhere safer.
Okay. Well, we hear that we have a cure for vampirism that you don't want to have out there. I personally like being a vampire, and it's said by Tony that you're the one to talk to make sure that we can be safely vampires in your town and be welcome, I guess, former people of your community.
Boy, Tony did sum up quite a bit for you, didn't he? That steals a bit of my thunder, but
well, I think he's trying to save you and myself some time. He seems to be a good guy that way.
Simply put, under the laws of our people, or as you say, our former people, your lives are already forfeit for being created without permission. But I'm willing to overlook that if you can provide me the serums that were used to create you.
Okay, yes, we have those, but what insurance do we have that you won't kill us after we give them to you?
My word, of course. Also, I have uses for you. I don't know if Tony mentioned that I run a school, and I'm always on the hunt for new talent. We have a need for instructors, security, janitors.
When he says that, I look at Agatha. I think, and then look back at him. I think we can probably handle some of that. I hear you've been buying some of my art, so I assume you are familiar with my talents.
Yes.
As he looks in disgust.
You've got awesome specs on. You can tell he just smiled as though you made a joke.
Yeah. And does he seem sincere about offering us jobs?
He does seem sincere about offering you jobs.
And what about his? How sincere does he seem about letting us live when he said that?
Quite.
Okay.
I also understand that the police are, in their own speed, looking for you.
I think they're looking for him, but yes, we would like to get some of that wiped from our record.
What are they looking for again?
They're looking for Father Timothy and what was the name I gave?
Father, well...
Oh, no, they're looking for Father Marlborough.
You didn't really give a name, but little Katie saw the Marlborough tag on your face.
And Father Marlborough.
Marlborough.
That's right, yeah. I talked to the police, and I said it was Father Marlborough. That's right.
Yeah, if you can help us in that regards, I think we might have a deal there. Anything else that, kind of look at Father Timothy and Agatha, anything else that we need? And also, this deal should also cover our friend who couldn't make it.
I think that seems reasonable.
Right.
I will at some point need to meet your friend.
Okay, we can do the meeting when we give up the serums.
Quite.
All right, so we're safe from being killed, and we're no longer on your hit list of breaking the rules. And you get these serums, and we also might get a job in your academy.
Yes.
And the police are no longer on our trail. They'll be you'll do whatever it is you do to get them off of us.
That seems to be the arrangement, yes.
I like the rest of you guys. Anything else we're missing? All right, looks like we have a deal. Who do we need to give these serum, or when do you want to do the serum trade-off? And just be clear, he's 100% telling the truth on all that. On this with my aspects.
When he talks about the school, you have the distinct impression that he's not telling you everything about the school. Yeah, apart from that, he is entirely on the up and up.
All right. It sounds like we have a deal. Is there anything you could tell us about this school? If we want a job there, but if we don't, we can pass on the job?
If you don't want to work at the school, you don't have to. But my offer to set you up with our alternative identities to get you around the police investigation is somewhat contingent on my having your assistance. If you want to deal with the police on your own, of course, that is your lookout.
Okay, and then in that case, what could you tell us about your school and what ways would I particularly be employed?
The Roseblood Academy caters to the wealthy elite of the area. We're a simple preparatory school. Of course, a very thorough and prestigious, but simple. Perhaps 100 students at any given time, and many of them move on into positions of influence in human society. And others are used in other ways.
So you have a farm, basically.
He smiles at that. That is one way to put it.
Okay. All right. It sounds like we got a deal. You guys good on this?
I guess it shrugs.
Timothy?
It could be worse.
It could be worse. That's what.
And it could be worse.
Okay. All right. Hold out my hand to give a shake.
He'll stick his hands out and shake back.
All right. When do you want to do the trade-off?
Would later tonight work for you?
Can we do tomorrow night? We have to go and get where we stash the stuff. Might need some time
All
to
right,
pick it up. I personally don't know where it's at, so I can't vouch on how long it'll take us. So tomorrow night would probably be a better bet. The same time?
Sure. Let's meet up at the academy. I can show you around.
Excellent. All right, I get up and I'm like, thank you for your time. Is it Sire Prince? What is the proper term here in this new society we're joining?
Edward is fine.
Thank you for your time, Edward, and I look forward to seeing you again. And
likewise, I'm sure.
Then I kind of usher the other two out. And out of character, did you guys drink the blood?
Nope.
I'll say yes.
Fuck.
Okay.
It's just blood. Tastes about normal.
He did offer it, and this does save from trying to beat on somebody. So I would say yes.
Okay. Well, remember what Tony told us.
I don't remember what Tony told you.
Not to drink the blood.
Oh,
Agatha likes when she has to fight for it.
that's right. I would not have drunk it. I forgot about that. I personally did, but my character wouldn't have, so I would not have drunk it either.
I would do. I don't know. If I were you, just for fun, I'd do like wits plus something to remember, because it kind of would be fun, or might give a cool twist.
It's been a while since we played last two. That's why. I personally don't remember.
I'll let that be a GM call or your own personal call.
On what?
Oh, if he remembers. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. If it was me, I would roll to see if I remembered. Of course, it has only been since yesterday. So
Yeah, it was literally last night.
yeah, I forgot about that. It's, yeah. Sorry,
It's been
like over a month. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been like over a month out of game. That's why I said my character
roll.
would have remembered.
All right. Okay.
A week lasts a month. Where are we, Jupiter?
Yeah, that went a lot easier. Anybody else a little uneased by this? So, as we leave the club and get out of earshot, that's what I say to you guys.
I didn't think that joke was that bad. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I think it went a little too easy, but I didn't see any major deception in what he was saying. He seems to be truthful in what he's telling, or what he in wanting to take this deal. And seems the academy. He seems to be hiding something about the academy, but I'm feeling that it might be a way for him to feed off of the students there.
Yeah, I have no idea about
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, that's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to look around as we're going to the PT Cruiser, and I have a total of 1 die. Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to roll it. No hits. But I didn't fail. Or didn't critically or glitch. Alright, so we get back to the PT Cruiser. We link up with, we call Gary. Hey, Gary, meet us at the church. I call him up. I'm like, hey, Gary, my man, let's go meet up over there at the church. We got a deal. Looks like we're going to be able to join this society of vampires in good standing.
Kicked off for a minute, and I'm waiting for my router to come back.
It was just silly banter. I got no hits on looking around for anything. I rolled a 2.
That's not great.
No.
Anybody
no.
around?
Let me see if there is anything I can roll.
Timothy, I think, is the best. Father Timothy is the best at looking around. Hint, hint.
Not sure what I'm looking for.
Just making sure the scene's safe here as we leave the club.
Yeah, I'll try.
I got 2 hits and 1.
So 1 success.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, 1's negate successes.
So maybe if somebody's not being particularly subtle with my spawn.
No, I have no idea. I've watched it, so I'm sure that someone's following us.
That's fucking awesome.
You'll
There's a demon.
Right, so before we take off, I'm calling Gary. I'm like, oh yeah, go meet us at the church. Then start up the car and head over to the church. And I'll actually call him in person. Like, hey, Gary, my man. Looks like we got a deal. Looks like we're going to be in good standing with this new vampire society as we join them. We just need to give them the serums, and we might even get some good jobs over there at their academy. I know you can't see the quotation marks I'm putting up in the air, but looks like it might be good, steady work, and some would you call it food for us too?
Who are you calling? I'm sorry.
I'm talking to Gary. I'm not sure.
Greg.
I know what your name is, but my character doesn't care, so he's using other names.
Craigie.
Yeah, I'm a self-absorbed douchebag, self-proclaimed successful artist, and now a vampire, so a little bit of a psychopath, too.
It'd be weird if he wasn't.
Sume, to answer your question, you did not see anyone following you.
You did not see the vampire following us.
Exactly, I did not see anybody following us.
Right.
All right, so yeah, do you say anything back, Gary, or you just answer the phone and stare into dead space like the void? You saw the infinite void of darkness, and it stared back at you.
I stared headlong into the void and I made it flinch.
Oh. Yeah, I rolled for Greg to take a glance around. Oh, hang on, what the hell? It didn't work.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Hang on, I'm gonna give it another shot.
Wow, I think I'm back. Weird.
Oh, I didn't know you left.
Well,
I heard something about a router.
so it was on my phone, and then I just switched back to the computer by itself, which was surprising. Apparently, my router's back up.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell is going on with the dice roller. It does not like what I'm typing in.
Do you actually have some D10s and just roll some hard dice?
Okay, I managed to get it to work that time. 1, a 4, and an 8 for perception.
No hits.
Just
no successes, because the 1 negates the 8.
Well, I mean, with no successes, you didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you were looking.
No successes, we totally did not see the guys following us. All right, Gary, my man, looks like we're... Again, I'm going to say this again. Please respond so I know if you... Yeah, hey, Gary, my man. Looks like we're going to be joining the Vampire Society in good standing. You want to go meet us over at the church?
Name of the game, I guess.
All right, I'll see you there. Start the car and head out. I'm totally listening to the Peaches song by that one band that sucks.
That one band that sucks. Okay.
Millions of peaches, peaches
it's like
for me.
American Presidents or something that sings that.
The Presidents of the United States of America.
Yeah, Presidents of the United States, yeah.
I thought you were listening to the musician Peaches.
No, the song Peaches. That was a big hit in the early 2000s. Followed by Peaches, it's Black Hole Sun by that other shitty band.
You know, the funny thing, every time I hear Black Hole Sun,
Very 90s.
I can't think of anything but Butthole Sun. Because someone said just change the lyric to Butthole, and now every time I hear it, I just can't change it back. It was like you ruined this song.
That was the 90s. So yeah, no.
It was a 90s song.
I was thinking 2000. No, it was the 90s. There's only so many 90s. I hate nowadays. We're like, oh, 90s music's so awesome. Sorry, dude. There's only so much Black Hole Sun I can listen to back to back in a single sitting.
Yeah, that's the fallacy of every generation is our decade had the best stuff. It was like, you really weren't paying attention for all the crap.
Yeah.
People talking about the 70s having great stuff. The 70s had goddamn disco done. The 70s can suck every inch.
The 70s had amazing metal, though.
Yeah, it really did.
The stuff that people remember, sure.
But what I hate are all these people from the 70s.
There is also
the 70s had good music. Listen to my music. The 5 songs I listen to over and over again. It's like, there's other music that's good from the 70s too, but I only like these 5 songs. It's like most metalheads.
Alrighty.
Oh, what's your favorite metal band? Poser.
Ozzy, Slayer, all the bands that everybody else listens to.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, honestly, I don't encounter anybody who has anything negative to say about Ozzy, no matter how much of a metal hipster they are. So there's that to
The funny
consider.
thing with Ozzy,
Oh, yes, you also have to remember, like, when you mention metal to somebody who's an Ozzy fan, it's like, oh yeah, my babysitter used to also babysit Ozzy's kids.
yeah, the funny thing about
I think
Ozzy,
the only bad thing I would say about Ozzy is he really should have stopped about 3 drugs ago.
No idea.
I don't know if that's actually true.
But it's like that chick that sung that song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She has like this thick, like, Brooklyn accent. You can barely understand her, but when she sings, you can understand her.
That's amazing.
And, yeah. Words. How do they work? All right, let's get to the game. We're meeting up at the church.
Yep.
We are meeting at the church.
but
Yeah, it's probably
for
going to
the
be one.
better.
If I don't edit this out, there's probably going to be one guy.
Or we could name the next Traveler session that I do called Bubbles. Yeah.
I don't find it quite as amusing as you do. Yeah. So, I guess I stop and get a Blizzard along the way from... there's no Dairy Queens open this late. Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty much bars and 7-Eleven at this town.
Alright, I guess on the way back I stop and get a chili dog from 7-Eleven. One of my guilty pleasures in life.
Or unlife, as the case may be.
Or unlife. I actually like them. I actually like them in the real world. It's like they're so nasty, I know, but they're so good. That fake ass chili
I feel
sauce
quite the same way about those tacos from Jack in the Box.
Those tacos,
they're absolutely terrible.
Crack.
I have never
fucking good.
eaten one of those, and I just can't imagine them being good.
I remember before.
I'm just glad that.
I'm
just glad that of all the American cuisine that's designed to fuck you up and make sure you die at the ripe old age of 42, at least some of it's actually good.
Hey, I've beaten the system then. All right. Well, nobody appears to be following you back to the church.
Which means we have not seen the people following us back to the church.
Yeah, we don't. I botched the roll, so we're clear to go. Or I'm super paranoid, but no one's following us that I'm aware of, or think that we are.
Nobody brought Agatha along because she's an intellectual titan, so she probably missed it.
Richard Duché is trying to get that poem to fit up with like that Peaches song, so he's listening to it a few times over and over to try to get the words to match up.
Peaches, millions of peaches.
Oh hell, if we're after 9/11, then that meme I just posted is a very real thing we might encounter.
As you sit there, it's like my character is like, oh, it's just kind of like stops. Like, have you guys heard of this thing called 9/11? And just kind of shakes it off and goes back to what he's doing, or back to trying to get that poem to work. Malkavians can see the future, but don't realize it sometimes. So,
what part of the 2000s are we in?
5 years ago in game, so.
Oh, I thought we were like the year 2000. In the year 2000.
Oh, it's like 2006.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like.
Honestly, that just makes your character sound even more unhinged.
So wrong about that meme you posted, dog. Is it that butthole has petals?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a flower. It's supposed to be like a sunflower, but somebody fucked it up.
So wrong that butthole has flower petals.
I got your soul! I'm gonna die! Keep fighting butthole!
Okay. So, yeah, are we done with the shenanigan?
I hope so. So, you arrive back at the church. What's the plan from here?
All right, so now we got everybody together. I gotta hit the button. Now that we got everybody together, from what I could tell from whatever my new vampire powers are, it seems he's telling the truth. Looks like he will give us a job up at the school contingent, and he kind of is going to force us into that job to get rid of the police, because it's contingent on that, and it's supposed to be a farm, so hopefully he doesn't plan on eating us, but everything else seems to be on the legit level.
I mean, can you eat a vampire?
Tony said that was like a big no-no in vampire society, so probably not going to eat us unless he goes against their vampire rules that Tony told us about. And he did say that you would gain the other vampires' powers or something, like their soul.
I don't think I want to do that. That sounds.
But
that doesn't sound tasty.
Tony said that was like a big high crime among this vampire society. But if we give them the serums, we're supposed to be vampires in good standing in the society, so the prince probably won't do it to us.
All right. So, okay. If we are going to turn these in, who is even having a single second thought about staying vampire?
Nobody. We're good to go.
Well, aside from me.
We don't even know these things work, and the last vampires that were taking it died.
Hey, if you give up your vampireness, can I have it?
Yeah, I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, come on. She's a goth girl. She wants to be a vampire. I'm having fun with this. preacher man over here researches this stuff for a living. I mean, why wouldn't anybody want to be a vampire with immortality?
Jewel Saminess. Only that
Saminess?
one.
Nerd.
Oh, speak for yourself. You live in a library.
Like, you just change up your routine and get some, less routine stuff going on.
Yeah,
I used to be really into gangster rap back in middle school, and now I'm
If you
not.
became human again, you could go back to doing all drugs.
Yeah, when we were human, we were able to, drink beer, do drugs,
I crack open a beer.
and it actually staying down.
I start drinking my beer and look at you like, duh.
Yeah, I've already have tried that one already, and it doesn't work in my case. So I'd say it's a bum deal in my case. I'm not inclined to go and summon the fun police to bother y'all. Things were working well enough whenever I was human. Like, the fuck am I gonna do about... Oh, Greg sort of gestures at, well, everyone. Any of y'all. Come on.
Y'all. Okay, Toby Keith.
Don't make me get the hat.
Sorry, my mic went out. Did I miss anything?
He's menacing me with a hat.
Okay.
Hey, put down
I
the
get
hat,
the
man.
Unironically saying y'all.
Did you just
Yeah.
turn into a cowboy?
What? No, he gestured at everyone and said y'all. Whenever
And
he-
Agatha called him Toby Keith about it.
Yeah, and Greg said, don't make me get the hat.
And I look at Agatha. You're starting to learn.
Anyway, nevertheless, I figure I might as well just see what I can understand of this stuff. Because from the sound of it, one way or the other, this guy's going to be looking for it with whatever resources he has. Shit, he has a whole ass school? Like, come on. That is head and shoulders above the resources at my disposal.
Yeah, well, he seems to be a good a buyer of my art. So I take him as a somebody of good taste and of good quality of character.
Well, thankfully,
You would.
Thankfully, my line of work hasn't really changed too drastically. There's, well, in some cases, it's an incredible increase in pay. But, yeah, I
you
don't
want
really see a lot of
better
use
money, a ticket to a surefire way not to die, versus a way of we're not sure, and even if it does work or doesn't work, if it does work, they might just eat us, drink our blood just to make sure to keep everything hidden. And if we turn it in, we have better pay. Or some of us, as I look at Gary or Greg or Gary Justofferson, whatever his name is, I look at him and with kind of like a look of disgust. Right? Some of us would get better paying jobs and a ticket to immortality.
Well, if it suits you, I ain't gonna pitch any stones about it.
Alright, so we're all in then, correct?
Alright, cool. I only have to do the reading, well, work out the reading as far as the whole, well, getting myself sorted.
Since you found that book of ways to kill vampires, could you look around maybe in that section to see if there's any rule, anything that talking about the governing rules of the vampires? There, Timothy,
I don't think
Agatha,
so.
I know
think it
you
was
guys
just a
are
book
book nerds on that. Just make
just
sure
a
this
book on
deal
killing
can, they can't go back on the deal with their societal rules, maybe.
I get the feeling he's going to be better equipped for that.
You guys have the same
Apparently-
dice pool, by the way.
He's got better resources.
We're both in the library. You're both in the same library.
Well, Agatha has a whole bookstore, Timothy has a whole church.
Yeah, I understand the resources at their disposal. They can both use the same resources because they both they're both in the library.
Okay, so they're both At the church's library. All right.
Yeah, that's where we're all at, is at the church.
Would the church have information about the masquerade? I know that
Not really.
was on about it.
We found a book about how to kill vampires.
Yeah, and I was saying, like, hey, maybe we can also find a book.
Inherently untrustworthy, you should kill them on sight.
And who knows?
In fairness, it also said that about witches and people of Jewish ancestry.
Okay, so it does not have a lot in the way of information involving delegation so much as just kill on sight, and this is how.
We're in a library of that stuff. There's no reason not to look while we're here. We have 24 hours to do it, so we might find something that can work in our favor. That's what I'm saying. We have two people who study, whose job it is to find and research books. So maybe we can find something that'll help us out in our favor. Also, with Tony missing, should we go see if we can snag that sword? Agatha, you want to roll with me?
Sure.
All right, Timothy, do some research. Father Timothy, or should I call you Marlboro?
Let's call
Look
you
in the
Marlboro.
library, see if you can find any information on this. And Greg, could you look into what the school is? I believe you're pretty good with computers, aren't you? Do some of that internet research.
Goodness no, man.
Maybe talk to some of the people. I'm sure they got some people working up, or one of your buddies has worked up there. Big thing is just trying to find out what's going on up at the school, see if there's any dangers on this meeting. Me and Agatha are gonna go get that weird, creepy sword from Tony's bar if he's disappeared because he's not answering the phone.
I'm more concerned
If
about
he
that.
is there, we might get some information off of Tony.
Yeah, it's rather concerning that he's absent. He appears to have, well, the majority of the useful answers.
Alright, so we got a plan. Greg, you do research, or find out what you can about the school. Timothy, you find out if you anything concerning vampires that might help us out in this societal stuff. Maybe the church has written down something about that. And I do hold up a high five, kind of like I'm gonna ready for a high five. Like me and Agatha will go get that sword or information from Tony if he's sword if he's gone. If there's nobody there, information if he is. Did I lose connection?
Yep.
Nah, I heard you.
All right. Do you give me a high five? Like, anybody going to respond to any of that? Give their own suggestions?
Greg is just going to go straight to his phone and start going through like paperwork and seeing if he has any invoices that involve any part of that part of town.
Might also hit up any of your construction buddies. All right. Do you give me the high five, Agatha?
Nah, I don't really do the high fives.
You just give me the teenager kind of like, and like walk off as I'm left hanging. As I'm left hanging, I just give myself a high five. And we head to the PT Cruiser. So I'm not sure where the GM wants to start this.
Well, so who's going where?
Me and Agatha are going to Tony's.
Well,
Go talk to him.
okay.
If he's been disappeared, we're going to go and take the sword.
Okay.
Because I got a feeling he's been disappeared after the way the prince talked about him. I think he got disappeared. I think he broke the rules and he's in trouble.
Yeah.
And Father Timothy, I'm not sure if he's going to do it because he never responded to say he was. Going to try to go through his library, see if he can find anything on vampires concerning rules and society and things that might help us out. And Buzz's character, damn, I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. Buzz's character is going to do research on seeing what he can find out about the academy. Or do something like talk to his construction buddies, see if anybody's worked up there. He's going through his invoices. If he's done anything on that side of town, we might be able to remember any information of that kind of thing.
Okay.
Probably not the direction you thought we were going.
I didn't have any preconceived notions of where you'd be going from here.
And I think I'm forgetting to hit my talk button, so sorry if I'm repeating myself too much.
That's okay. Well, let's start with Buzz and the research on the school.
Well, he's gonna start with invoices, work out if he knows anybody that has done any work even vaguely in that part of the world.
As I recall, you yourself actually did some work on the construction of an addition to that school back in the day.
Damn, small world.
It's yeah. So it's up in the West Hills, on the site of the former Pittock Mansion, and I mean, yeah, it's been converted into a small private school. There's definitely an extended basement dug down into the hill itself. They had you working on some part of the elevator, and seemed everybody wander into places they didn't need to be for hooking up what they were hooking up.
Well, this information makes things significantly more ominous. Wonder how many more strange dungeons I've worked on wasn't even privy. Splendid.
For sure, right?
Alright, of the paperwork that Greg has, is any of it like a general floor plan?
Not really.
Also, if we can find any information of what's going on in there, so like you've been on the grounds, so who was working with you or anything like that. I think might get more from Timothy, but yeah.
Timothy? Oh, right, Father Timothy.
Father Timothy. Would Greg recall any of the other workers that were on that site otherwise?
You could probably think of a couple.
Well,
I mean, it's not that big of a world. It's kind of a small world.
Pretty obvious that you worked on it, right?
Well, from the sound of it, Greg was primarily working in an isolated section.
Yeah, I'd like call him up, be like, "Hey, man, I'm doing some work over there again. Heard some creepy stories about it. What have you guys heard about this? Should I take the job? That kind of thing."
Well, yeah, I figured that bit, but how many, Kat? How many people would that likely be in Greg's case?
You can think of two other people that for sure you remember also seeing working on the project.
Greg is just gonna scroll through his contacts.
It would have been probably 5-10 years ago, so.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty hazy for anyone. Yeah, if Greg has any of the contacts in his phone, he's just going to start at the top.
Well, the first person that you call up, that number's no longer.
Oh wow! Years keep passing.
I have no idea why everybody's coming in so quiet today. I need to really check my gear out. I think my hardware is
Service.
I thought we got her back for a second, but I guess not.
Kat, did you say whether if the second contact was present?
The second contact picks up. Greg?
Yeah, still alive. I haven't been killed yet with some fallen shit yet. Remember that school job we did?
Oh, that's good. That academy up on the hill?
Oh, yeah. I got an offer for,
What about it, man?
for another job out there. I was wondering if, well, sort of keeping my eyes open to make sure that I'm not, well, stepping into a rough side or not. Anything you can recall?
I don't remember much about it other than they seem kind of, they seem kind of secretive, but they paid well. I don't give a fuck. I don't remember much about them. Who was that other guy that worked with us on that? Mike? I don't remember what happened to him.
Yeah, I tried giving him a call too. That's why I'm a little sketched out. They were really secretive whenever I was on that site too, and I was wondering if the building was up to code or some shit.
Let's face it, probably not.
Yeah. Like hell, it's up to code, but still, it's strange. Usually they don't give that much of a shit about if something's a little crooked.
Well,
I'll see if anybody else has been posted a bit on that site.
right on.
Any rumors?
Hey, if you take the job, let me know. Money was good.
Oh, yeah. Any rumors around Mike? It's like he just disappeared.
Yeah, I wondered about that too. I hadn't heard anything from him in, a couple years.
Huh.
It was weird too. It's like he kind of dropped off like the face of the earth, man. I wonder if he died.
Knowing our line of work? Fuck. Anything that's dropped from 2 stories is pretty much an instant death projectile.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, good luck out there, man.
You too.
Well, from the look of it, Father Timothy, they did not skip on the secrecy. Hell, even one of the guys I knew is, well, straight up gone.
Sounds like it. Like, we never heard of vampires until this. Let's see what. The church. You never know what the church hiding. That's why I was always interested in what never was told.
That's why you became a priest. You don't believe in God. You just wanted to find out what the church knew.
Pretty much, yeah.
If they're hiding anything in the north ceiling, I already know about it.
It's like, reading through the Bible, it's like, it was alien, it wasn't alien, there has to be something behind it, let's... To do a research roll, I got 0 hits, because the 1 cancels out my 9.
Yeah. What you've got is the only book that seems authoritative and is mentioning vampires is the one you've already found. The church's take on vampires seems to be, don't trust them, kill them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, because it has a lot of Cain and Abel kind of crap, but clearly, if there is anything true to it, they're not going to tell us, or I can't find it.
You find the Book of Nod, the Book of Eggnog.
Eggnog.
Book of Nog. That's it.
Or is this a Command and Conquer reference?
Nephew from Deep Space Nine.
No, there's a book called The Book of Nod for Vampire that's like a lore book on the origins of Cain.
It's supposed to be an in-universe lore book.
Yeah. It's like how Cain meets Lilith and then spurns Lilith, and then Lilith makes her own brood.
It basically explains how vampires came to be.
Yeah, it's a giant, it's written from a giant vampire myth recovery, but it's based on the earliest known records of for the city of Nod and stuff. That's why it's called the Book of Nod. It was actually an interesting read.
Anything else, or are we going to move the camera?
I think we're moving the camera.
All right, on the way there, I try to give Tony a call.
Still no answer.
I look at Agatha. Looks like there's no answer. Maybe we get a free sword out of this, which would be cool. I like swords.
Yeah, swords are pretty bitchin'.
All right. As we roll up in the PT Cruiser, aka the douche-mobile or douche-mobile. What's up on the outside? What does it look like? I do first. I do kind of like a recon drive-by, make sure that there's no like
So you
guys
mean it
with
was at
guns and
midnight.
stuff.
You had time to get back to the church. It's probably getting on toward closing time, but yeah, the club's still going.
Really? Okay. So I'm gonna. I guess we're gonna park and try to go in.
Easy enough to get in.
Yeah, go in there. Like, hey, is the boss Tony around?
Who are you asking?
The bouncer. They know the guy from before.
Ah, the bartender, Jose.
Yeah, that guy.
I haven't seen
I
him
thought he
all
was the
night.
bouncer for some run. He's not. Say again.
I haven't seen him all night.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of him for a while. All right. Well, is it okay if we hang around? We know the rules. No drinking. But
Yeah.
is it okay if I get a Jack and Coke?
Oh yeah, sure. Coming right up.
All right, so try to get to a place, get Agatha off to one of the off to the side where nobody's really listening, and ask, what the hell is that? Ask like, hey, what do you think? Do you think Tony's still around or just laying low? Because the club's still operating. I'm kind of a little worried about trying to get that sword if if he's still around. I don't want to steal from a guy that's helped us out. Yeah, I know I'm a douchebag, but I do have a little bit of morals.
Gotta have standards after all.
Maybe a douchebag, but I'm not a proper thief.
Proper douchebag.
I might be a cunt, but I'm not a fucking cunt.
Exactly. Also, is the sword still there?
The sword is definitely still there.
I think this thing would be handy if things do not go the way we think it's going to go.
Well, there is a hand on it, so yeah, that makes a certain kind of sense. That it would be handy.
And what's Agatha's thoughts on that? Sorry, I'm eating some food.
Maybe more information will be needed. Know if he's actually dead. Probably a good idea not to try and take it if he might be alive. Probably don't want to make an extra enemy.
All right, fair enough. Let's call this one quits then. I don't want to make another.
At least until.
Don't want to make a vampire enemy if we don't have to.
At least until we know a little bit more.
I was expecting this whole place to be shut down. That's why I was rolling this way. That was
Fair.
by the way.
Yes.
All right, let's roll back to the church. Tell him the club's still running, so he's probably still around, just in hiding.
Alrighty.
Roll back to the church.
Blink. Camera moves.
I was expecting the whole place to be shut down. Tony gone. It was like, the prince laughed about Tony. Tony's not answering the phone, but he did say he was going to go underground. So I'm not willing to steal it from Tony. A guy helped us out. If we just in case he's still alive, I don't think we should steal it. Although I think it'd be a really handy thing to have.
All right, and
back.
deep in books.
Yeah. All right. So I guess wait until the next day and do the deal. Or are we gonna call it here and do one more session? The actual deal.
I think there's probably one more session worth of stuff to do. How are people feeling? Do you want to keep rolling or call it here?
They've been pretty scattered.
If we get another session worth of stuff.
Okay.
I'm good either way.
Socialist vampires want to control your mind. Force you to put profits after needs of humankind. Will make you improve your healthcare, environment and wage. Free-range organic humans have the most delicious taste. Mesmerize, mesmerize, look in my undead eyes. I'll trap you in a world where you love being alive. Mesmerize, mesmerize, you'll never feel as free as serving vampire masters who serve your human needs. They'll make your polluters out bunnies and trees. You'll drink unholy water that's microplastic free. They'll take commercial landlords and put them in a trance, make them lower rents and then do a silly dance. Mesmerize, mesmerize, you're falling into sleep, a Friday morning lion on a 4-day working week. Mesmerize, mesmerize, then my fingers snap. You'll believe the wealthy should pay a lot of tax. The air frying machines seem to haunt you in your dreams. You want a new one, but you can't work out why. It's wealthy rebels who push schemes through your television screens. My poor friend, you're already mesmerized. Mesmerize, mesmerize, on the count of 3. You'll want to nationalize your private utilities. Mesmerize, mesmerize, just focus on my voice. You'll want to hit it more, and no, it's not a choice.